Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I really do appreciate your presence so much. If you enjoy what it is I'm doing here, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Here we go. If you're wondering what it is we're doing here, if it is your first time being here, I've started this journey of sharing just my experience. And this experience that I feel like I want to share is the experience of growing personally, growing spiritually, growing emotionally, growing in relationships, growing in finances. And yeah, it's gonna be a process. It's gonna be a big and long process. And I look forward to being on that big and long process with all of you friends. So I start these streams off of saying something worth saying, just so that we have a good intention, a good base to start off of. Thank you for the silver, Noshia Rose, Noah Rose. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. So, the thing worth saying today is this, and that's kind of like the reason that I set the title as it is. And when love is chosen, so that you want nothing else, you will see nothing else but a lovely world. Man, like I'm gonna read the rest of them as well, because we are here to celebrate the knowing that we are of one heart and one mind. We elect at times to be temporarily insane, and that temporary, that temporary insanity, that temporary insanity is basically when we choose fear, when we choose suffering, when we choose judgment. Like, that is just us being temporarily insane. All experiences can be seen as an opportunity to expand your commitment to love. When love is chosen so that you want nothing else, you will see nothing else but a lovely world. So, like, this to me, like, obviously I can't share exactly how this makes me feel, and yet it makes me feel so many things that I can't stop looking at it. I can't stop sharing it. I want to allow this lesson to permeate my field of consciousness and to permeate your field of consciousness as well, my friend. All experience, the bad, the death, the suffering, the hurt, all experience can be seen as an opportunity to expand your commitment to love. And I feel like the word commitment is definitely used deliberately in that sentence, because what I've noticed very much so in my own life and in my journey is that love is a commitment. It's an absolute commitment. It's not something that you can just kind of, be a little bit laxy-davy with, and oh yeah, maybe I'll love myself today. Maybe I'll love the person that's next to me. Maybe I'll love my spouse. No, you have to be committed. And every single experience, all experience, is an opportunity. And again, opportunity used with intention as well, because every single moment we get opportunities, right? We get the chance to either grow, evolve ourselves, or devolve ourselves, regress. And it's an opportunity, literally. So you can take these rough experiences that you have in life, and you can, latch out at the world and hurt yourself in doing so by hurting others. And that's going to be using your opportunity for judgment and for fear or for hatred. But if you use every single opportunity, especially the bad ones, to extend yourself and to strengthen your commitment to love, I feel especially so when it's not easy, when you don't want to be doing that. Sorry, my friend. Hello, sunshine, morning sunshine. Hello, Harry Literature. Welcome, my friend, and thank you for being here. Hello, Mel. Wanted to stop in and say hi to you and everyone. Today is my brother's birthday, so I won't be able to stay on stream for very long. It's completely okay, Edmund. Like, tell your brother that a random stranger all the way from South Africa tells him that he should have an absolutely amazing birthday. Like, I'm sending him so much love and light. Yay! Very early today. There we go. Yes, you are, Rena, and thank you for being here so early. Man, I'm I'm like completely flabbergasted. When love is chosen so that you want nothing else, You will see nothing else but a lovely world. Man, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy because I feel more and more so that that is exactly what I've been trying to do. And this actually makes me think about, it was either yesterday's stream or the day before yesterday's stream, where we had some friends in chat who was sad, who was like, doom and gloom, thinking the world is going to end, thinking that we don't have the capacity to save ourselves or to save our race, human race, that is. And it it completely shows me that it is completely like possible for you to be in that mindset and to see the world as sufferable, unsavable, completely destroyed already. And because that is what you choose to see, I love this piece so much. I don't want to like get anything wrong. When you choose, when love is chosen so that you want nothing else. And that's the thing. People don't want anything else than the mindsets that they sometimes form for themselves. And if you're forming the mindset of like hatred and suffering and being a victim, especially being a victim, then that is exactly what life is going to give you. Because that is what you want. That is what you've accepted. That is what you've created for yourself. So we get to make the decision. What do I want to see in the world? Do I want to see a loving world? Yes? Then be a loving example in that world. It's such a basic thing. It's such a understandable thing. Like I'm not mixing chemicals or doing rocket science or brain surgery, whatever, something complicated. These things are so intuitive, so understandable, so almost second nature, I want to say. And yet we still struggle with them. And maybe that's the point. Maybe we're supposed to be struggling just a little bit. Maybe it's not supposed to be easy. We sometimes bring these challenges into our own lives, especially because they're not easy, because we want to be challenged sometimes, right? Uh, I will pass the message along for sure, friend. Thank you, Edmund. I'm very happy about this. This is beautiful. You are beautiful, my friend. Earns the Emmers the M. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. I almost drank water without setting an intention. I'm going to read your comments, set an intention for my water, and then take a sip. Hey, we have Giovanni in here as well. Melt, Dang, always right before I go to work. I'm going to be looking for you on California Saturday. Enjoy the day. Thank you, Todd. If you want to catch these streams after work, they are on YouTube. Like, all of them are getting uploaded to YouTube. I spend a lot of time uploading them to YouTube, so like I hope that they can actually reach you in that way, my friend. My water just fell over. If you're interested, my friend, in catching up on these streams, I'm gonna pour myself another glass of water. You are projecting. Hey, Dwight. I'm not so sure about that, my friend. Like, my skin color is the last thing that I think about every single day. Like, what I'm trying to think about is how we're going to unite ourselves as a humanity, as a human race. Doesn't matter what color your skin is, doesn't matter what you have between your legs, doesn't matter what you think or believe. We're supposed to be united, my friends. We're supposed to come together and change this world. And even projecting the fact that someone might be projecting something is in itself a projection, which means you're trying to escape something within yourself, or you're trying to assign something onto another person which you couldn't know as well. So I'm happy that you're here, my friend, and I love you. I love you so much. Like, and know that that is the truth, and that's the truth that is true always. Not true. He is projecting love. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do, my friend. Thank you for noticing. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to remind us to connect with ourselves. You're very right, Rina. It is supposed to remind us of that. And I feel like the biggest thing with us as humans is how easy we forget. Like, things that we know, and we know these things to be true, we still forget them. We're like, okay, yeah, I know all of this, but let me forget for just a little bit, Let me practice this temporary insanity that I know I have control over. And then we make ourselves temporarily insane. We live in fear, we live in judgment, we live in suffering, we live in hatred, we live in anger as well, just to experience what that feels like, to be temporarily insane. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. It's not what is true. And yeah, I see you, Javad. I'm happy that you're here, my friend. I don't know if you're still, lurking in chat, but I've been thinking about you. Actually, I've been thinking about you so much because, especially, what happened last night. So last night I pulled a card that is called Simply Being. I think it's called Simply Being, but it's card number 34. And I pulled this card and I didn't think anything of it, like the number 34 or anything afterwards. And then I was sitting and meditating today. And I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about the number 34 being one of the numbers that you associate with, right? And I basically sat there and I was like, you know what? I wanna go and check if it is actually a number 34. So I opened my Discord, I went to our chat, and it wasn't working. It was like it had like a loading bar. So I was like, okay, I'm interrupting my own meditation time. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. So I closed my eyes again and I meditated further. And then I checked afterwards. And the reason I was thinking about it is because last night, what this card basically talks about is completely about simply being. And there's a part in this like little bit of text. So you get the card, you read a little bit of text, and it had this part where it tells you to simply pause. And when I read those words, I literally paused. Not in the way where I was just like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking for a second and then continue talking again. I completely paused, and I was able. I don't know how, because I've been trying to do it still. Like I was able to actually slow down time, at least for myself. I was not thinking anymore. I wasn't allowing my monkey brain to go into the chatter mode. I was just completely still and quiet and pausing. And then I was so aware of me pausing into that moment that I was like, okay, I feel like time is almost too slow. Because at the end of the day, I didn't have to be anywhere. We don't have to be anywhere right now. Like, yeah, sure, we want to go and do our jobs and we want to earn salaries and we want to do all of these things, but we don't have to. This is things that we want to do, right? Right? So when I realized that in that moment, I was completely paused. I was like, why am I always rushing? I'm getting angry at myself just thinking about it. We're always rushing, just like full speed sprinting towards the things that we're doing in the way that we read. Like for me, it's even so bad when I watch YouTube content, I watch it at like 1.5, 1.75 or 2x speed because it's not fast enough. Like I'm supposed to be getting this information like, yes, that's that. And I was like reading through this piece of text, and then you can even hear in the way that I'm talking right now. I'm trying to get these things out as fast as I can. I was reading this piece of text, going through every line, with the normal reading speed that I do. And when I got to that pause, and actually paused, and felt into that pause, it gave me so much clarity, so much just being in that moment. And then I continued reading as well. But instead of just, reading as I did, I read every single word like it was a whole sentence. Like, pause, into, being. And I read like a paragraph this big, and it took me like maybe 10 minutes to read a paragraph this big. And it was surreal. It was the weirdest like sense or state that I've put myself into. And I understand what it means to just want to simply be. And like it was card number 34 as well. And it really kind of had me thinking that I just, man, yeah, man, just simply being. And I feel like I'm trying to allow myself to do that more and more as well in my daily life, in the way that I'm trying to do things as of late. just to simply be, even in these streams, to not want to be too direction driven, if that makes any sense. Just to actually allow myself to simply be and calm down and relax, and to try and share that calm and relaxed state with all of you friends as well. I'm gonna take a sip of water because I'm thirsty, and then I'll continue reading comments, my friends. I'm sorry. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm climbing the mountain, I promise. So, my intention for my water today is simply being. Every single sip I take of this is going to allow me more and more clarity in this very moment that I'm in, and it's going to allow me a sense of calm, a sense of clarity, a sense of safety, a sense of stillness in this moment, simply being. I love you, my water, and I love you, my friend. Simply being tastes fantastic. And then I tried to do the whole, slow mo thing with drinking water as well, and I almost choked. Drinking water in slow mo doesn't work, my friends. Like tips if you want any. Do you hear about the female surfer that was electrocuted in the water in Es Valador last week? No, I didn't, my friend. How do you get electrocuted in the water? Did she step on, like, how did that happen, my friend? I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious. Was she in the ocean? If she's a surfer, I guess that she was in the ocean. But it's kind of like baffling my mind how you get electrocuted in the ocean. Dude, like, if you want to, share some more information with me. You look happier, bro. Peace. I feel a little bit happier, my friend. I'm allowing myself to simply be as of late. I'm trying to, at least. Instead of worrying too much, instead of trying to do too much, instead of stressing too much, I'm allowing myself to simply be, my friend. It's really a shocking story. I have to go now. Talk to you all later. Love you guys. Love you too, Edmund. You're probably already gone, my friend, but I love you, my friend, and thank you for being here. Ni hao. Is that I don't even know if that's how you spell ni hao, but ni hao, my friend. If you're Chinese, how much Chinese do I remember actually? 嗯啊，不好，一点点。哦，什么？yeah, I was like basically, I don't know, maybe a little bit. Oh no, like what, basically? 什么？Mm. Hey, Lazy B, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here as well. That was my question. If you speak Chinese, I don't speak Chinese, my friend, but like you heard the extent of my Chinese just now. Good afternoon. Don't know you from somewhere. I don't know. Like your sentence structure is confusing in itself. But no, my friend. I don't know if you know me from somewhere. Maybe from the Reddit streams. I don't know if you're a regular on r/pan. But I have been streaming this entire year for like just for a like the information that I know. And I was streaming like in December, even in November as well last year. But I only officially properly started to stream on this account now about 22 days ago. So maybe you're not noticing it because it's a new account. um if you speak Chinese, very good. I'm happy that you approve, my friend. I'm happy that you approve. Like, I can't. So, like, this is something I want to say as well. Like, for some reason my nose is itching. I think it might be my essential oil that I have on my pashmina. It's pretty pungent. It's like hitting me in the face. So, like, I started to learn how to speak Chinese, but when I started to understand what people were talking about, I felt like I was. So, like, imagine a monkey in a cage, and this monkey has like people walking by, looking at it, like, oh, look at this monkey. Isn't his hair cute? Isn't his little face this and that? I wonder how old this monkey is. I wonder where this monkey is from. So that's kind of how it started feeling to me when I started understanding how to speak Chinese. because I would be like standing in an elevator, like going to the gym, and I'd be like towering above them, and it's not, not being derogatory or anything. And then they would all look straight forward, and then they would have conversations amongst themselves about me. And like I didn't know enough Chinese to be like, "Hey, I know you're talking about me." Whoa, there is a random tick. You want to see what a tick looks like? It's just like walking around. Freaking ticks. It's like getting dangerously close. So I picked it up and I yeeted it somewhere else. Mm. So like I couldn't anymore with like the things they were talking about. So I kind of numbed myself. I was like, I'm not going to learn anymore because I don't want to hear what it is they're saying, which is a little bit backwards, but it was how I tried to protect myself. Um, there you are. I haven't seen you on here in a while. Did you change what time you start streaming? Glad to see you, friend. No, Sergeant Chili. And it's nice to see you again as well, my friend. I'm still streaming at the exact same time every single day, but my previous account, the user slash Beetlegeese one, the one that I was streaming on, stopped working on the 62nd day. Is that how you say it? On day 62, it stopped working completely. And since I made a commitment to stream every single day, I was like, well, I have to do something. So I couldn't stream that day. I still have a YouTube video of that stream because we basically did this thing where I shot the video normally, but uh, we were like talking on the Discord channel and having a little bit of a conversation with Ryan there as well. And yeah, so I basically made this new account. I already had this account, but I didn't have any comment karma on it or something like that. Literally went the morning on like a commenting spree. There's like a little fruit fly right here in my field of vision. Uh, Basically went through like a commenting spree, got like some comment karma, and on day 63 it was the exact right amount of comment karma for me to be able to go live again. And since it was more important for me to be able to stream than it is for me to like have the followers that was already following on the previous account, I completely switched over to that account because I could stream on that one every single day. And I only recently, I think yesterday, I regained the ability to stream on my old account. But here we are now, my friend. Here we are now. Uh, Imagine a monkey on a trampoline, not in a cage. Yeah, imagine a monkey on a trampoline, my friend. And there's a bunch of people sitting and watching the monkey jumping up and down on the trampoline. Your ticks are enormous. That was a big one, Kiwi. That was like, wow, I wanted to show you actually. Like it came up on my tripod stand, and I was like a little bit intimidated by it. I was like, oh hell no, it's already too close to me. Oh man, like Eva, for example, like this makes me think of this. Uh, she's since she doesn't have any fur, it's very easy for you to notice when she has a tick on her. And I'll remove her ticks, and she's so like finicky about me doing that. She's like a drama queen through and through. She'll like do these you should just see her. She contorts her body, and she like tries and pulls herself and tries to look away from you to not see you. And like you remove the tick, and then after you remove it, then she's ultra inquisitive about this thing that you just removed from her, and then she wants to see it, and she wants to like bite it as well. She wants to get rid of the pest, like finally. And it's just such a weird interaction that I have with her every single time. So I definitely hope that that thing doesn't find her. Mm. Don't forget about daylight savings. It's an hour off, or for some of the viewers. Yeah, damn it, Rena, you're right. Man, it doesn't make sense to me still. But so, like, you friends have to compensate plus 1 hour or minus 1 hour. But I'm going to be streaming the exact same time every single day, my time at least. What is this accent? It is an African. It is an South African accent. Kitty McFly. Daylight savings has so much to do with not being able to tune in lately. It's okay, Kiwi. Like it's not just you. There's a lot of friends that can't tune in anymore because of daylight savings, and I understand. It's completely okay. Thank you for being here right now in this moment. I appreciate you. South Africa, yo. Yeah, you're right, Rena. Thank you, my friend. Good morning, Melton friends. Hey, Abby, right? Hey, Abby. How are you, my friend? I hope that you're well. Hope that you're healthy. Hope that you're thriving. How's your day been so far? What is coming up for your day in the future or in your day? Because technically my day is over, right? My day is coming to a close now. It's like going on to 5, so it's not that late. But like when it's 5, people usually go home. It's like the end of their work week. Mm. Have you ever been to the US? Where is the furthest that you've traveled? I've not been to the US actually, Abby, but I do want to go to the United States. It's like one of the high ones on my list. The furthest that I've traveled was China. I went to China for like a year and 4 months, and other than that, basically just our neighboring countries in South Africa. So it was like I'm going to travel like within 2,000 kilometers of my country, and then I traveled 12,000 kilometers of my country. It was like, teet, and then pew, all the way over there. Put on the braai. Maybe a little bit later, friend. I don't think we're braaiing tonight, actually. I think my dad is cooking for us on the stove, not on the braai. Great day to all. Hey, combatant duck. Thank you, my friend. Great day to you as well, my friend. And thank you for the wholesome seal of approval. Kitty McFly, I appreciate it. Hopping on to say hi, love each other and every one of you. I love you as well. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for tuning in, even if only for a little bit. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Yep, you got it right. Today is a good day, just working, but I secured an appointment to get my COVID vaccine on Monday. I'm so happy to hear that. Abby, man, I have like all of these names, and I like literally sometimes run through them. I'm so happy to hear that, Abby. You must be excited for your COVID vaccine as well. Do you want to go traveling, or is there like a reason for why it is you want to get your vaccine other than that? Bro, you're alive. Bro, yes, I am. Different Eb. I'm live every single day this time, my friend. I have a question. Like, ask away, my friend. Here I am. Here I am. And thank you for the hugs, Kiwi. I appreciate it, my friend. You've been here for so long, actually, Kiwi. Like, I mean, in general. Like, when was the first time you tuned in on the streams? I'm curious, actually. Hmm. Where in China? Beijing? No, actually. Initially, I was working in a little like city called Huai'an, and then after Huai'an, I moved to Shanghai, and then after Shanghai, I moved to Yangzhou, and then after Yangzhou, I moved back to Shanghai. So that was like my travels in China. My friend, I have a question. Are you still in love? No, my friend. I'm not in love anymore, but I'm allowing myself to experience love more and more fully because of that state of being. So, like you obviously missed just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit different, Eb. So it was a very important learning experience, very surreal one as well, and I'm still learning from it. So I'm allowing myself to gain more and more information based on the things that I went through in that time, and it was good. It was good. My parents named me after the Beatles album Abbey Road. Okay, that gives me a little bit more to attach your name to. Thank you, Tramp or Abby. I appreciate it, my friend. Are you still in love, my friend, from day 52? Yeah, my friend, I understand what you're talking about, but yeah, it is entertain your fans. What happened, bro? I already had a chat about it, my friend. Like that's one of the things, fortunately, with the interwebs and me uploading them to YouTube, is you can go and like literally dive deep. If you go to was it day 60? Yeah, go check day 60, my friend. You're gonna get some waterworks, and I don't want to cry again, so I don't want to get too deep into it. It is 9:40 a.m. here. I'm usually at work, so I've never came across you. Okay, well, I'm happy that you're here, Kitty McFly. I'm happy that you could have joined us finally. We have now gained a new friend. If you want to join our friend group, like honestly, we literally have a group of friends. You can go and like follow or join, I guess would be the right word, on the Discord server. And you can share what you look like, your name, what you like to eat, your spiritual experiences, if you smoke bud, what bud you're smoking, you know, you can just go ham. You can just share some bits of yourself if you want to, my friend. And thank you, certain scientists, for the silver, my friend. My wife wants me to get the vaccine, but I have a gut feeling I shouldn't. If you have a gut feeling you shouldn't, my friend, then just don't. Like, respect yourself and respect the things that you feel. If you have a good reason, if your gut feeling is fear, like, then don't. But if you love yourself so much that you don't want to do that to yourself, then it's a good intention. So just ask yourself, what is your intention? Am I living in fear, or am I living in love? Am I being judgmental of this vaccine, or am I being forgiving of the things that I've thought, and the people that have told me things as well? And it's a difficult back and forth. It really is. I'm excited to get it to protect my son, since he isn't able to get it. I would love to travel once I get both of them. Yeah, that sounds good to me, Avi. And like, good on you for trying to protect your son. Yeah, like, I wonder actually, how old do a child have to be for them to actually qualify to be able to get the vaccine as well? Oh, bro, what happened to the girl? Be honest. Where did she go? She's still, on her own journey. We actually had a conversation not too long ago where we were like being very mature about things, getting things out of the way, expressing things that we've been feeling, and yeah, she's still here on planet Earth. Nothing is lost. Nothing was gained. Everything is exactly as it will be and as it always has been. Will your ex Boki watch the stream? Probably not, my friend. Probably not. But she also asked me to not continue to talk about her, so I'm going to respect that wish of hers as well. Which video, dog? Day 60, my friend. Go and check the YouTubes. Day 60, yeah. YouTube channel name Meltmore, my friend. It's Meltmore. If you search the way my username is written, u/Meltmore, or if you click on my profile, you should be able to find a YouTube link as well, my friend. Thank you. Ooh, ouch. Rehashing old wounds. Life happens. Yeah, it does. It does. And it's okay. It's okay. So, like, what I'm thinking about, at least when stuff like this happens, is like I'm thinking about it not as a wound, but as a ball. So if you want to think about your body and your emotional experience as a box that has a button on it, right? And when something painful happens in your life, it's like a very big ball, and the size of the box relative to the ball is very small. And then, like, because the ball is so big in this box, it's very prone or keen to hit this button over and over again. But as this ball shrinks smaller and smaller, it can still hop around in this box, and then every now and then, kunk, it hits that button again, and you get that like sensation of being hurt again all over again. And it's completely fine. It's completely necessary. The pain never goes away. It just gets smaller and smaller. And it doesn't mean that we're moving past or getting over or whatever those feelings. It just means that we're growing because of them and from them as well. No, 7 days later. Yeah, my friend. Imagine how painful it was to me. It was like coming to the realization. For me, it was like feeling like I finally found the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, and then slowly learning that that is not true. It was very painful, my friend. It was very, very painful, but it was necessary. I think my first stream was like day 27. Man, like, imagine, Justin, freaking 10,000 days in. How like it's gonna be a trophy being able to say that. I'll be your friends. I have Discord. Cool, Kitty McFly. I'm looking forward to having you on the Discord. How do I join the Discord? So, if you want to join the Discord, we have an r/Meltmore as well. I feel maybe I should tag the Discord in my profile as well, I think. But if you go to r/Meltmore, our subreddit, you should be able to find it up top there as well, my friend. Sick vest, bud. Thank you, my friend. It's not exactly a vest, it's a pashmina, but I appreciate the compliment nonetheless. How do I join the Discord? So, r/Meltmore, and then at the top of it, you should be able to. And I see that Jovan has also shared our link. Subscribe to the YouTube, chit chat on the Discord, and the r/Meltmore. Thank you, Jovan. You are an absolute angel. Just Meltmore. Exactly. You're very right. Thank you, Rena. Someone won a personal message to Discord invite. There's another one for you as well, my friend. I can't understand not getting it. I'm not getting it because it hasn't been tested like other vaccines for long enough for me to be worried. Most vaccines are tested for years before being given to the public. Yeah, exactly. So, like, that's the only like concern I have of it as well. As you said, like with the amount of research that was done on all of these other vaccines that we now kind of see as like commonplace, none of that happened for the COVID-19 vaccine. And at the end of the day, maybe it was necessary to be that way as well because things needed to happen at a pace that was very, very different. And it was a global pandemic and this and that. It's a gray area and it's not something that I particularly enjoy talking about. So I'm not going to. Thanks. You're welcome, my friend. I believe in the US, you have to be 16 or older. That's interesting. So, like, it's also not something that is prone to affect younger children as well that much, fortunately. So, but on the other hand, I'm kind of thinking about hmm, children like going back to school, being around people that might have the virus as well, and then coming back home. So fortunately, their parents will be vaccinated, so they won't be able to get the disease or like getting the disease sounds horrible. To get the virus still sounds horrible from their own kids. Mm, love that for you. Intimacy with all things. Yeah, my friend. Intimacy with all things, especially with yourself. To have a relationship with yourself that is genuine, that is true, that is loving, and that is mysterious. It makes all of the difference, my friend. Blessings. Forgive the username. If it offends any, I apologize. I'm just reading it now, my friend. It's okay, my friend. Getting offended, like I feel, if you get offended from anything, that is still a self-created experience, and then you want to be offended because you were like, okay, this thing came up in my field of consciousness. Now I'm going to grab onto it, and I'm gonna be angry about it. Oh, how dare you, thing? How dare you? And that is literally you. You're the one holding on to it. You're the one attaching yourself to that feeling, and that's what triggering is, or what's the word that you use? Offend it is. That's what it means. It's just you attaching yourself to something being said, something being done, and then trying to judge it or fear it, and instead of loving it and forgiving it, letting it be, seeing it for what it is. Mm. Your MRBR, uh, you MRBR the what? You remember the 2010 South Africa World Cup? Yeah, my friend. I was 12 years old at that time of my life. And I've never been a sports fan necessarily. And we had to watch soccer games. And soccer games are like 90 minutes long. And it was absolutely excruciating because I wanted to watch Disney Channel or Cartoon Network or Boomerang or whatever. And my parents or the adults, I should say, were watching soccer for like a World Cup. And I was like, 90 minutes a pop a game. So I do fondly remember it. That's not true information. What do you mean, my friend? What do you mean? You seem really happy today. Good to see. Thank you, my friend. I do feel happy, Abby. I'm not happy for a reason though, and that makes me happy in itself. Because sometimes we feel like we need reasons to be happy, and like arguably, I've had more reasons not to be happy than to be happy as of late, and because I've become very aware of that almost equilibrium, that state of being within inside of myself, I was kind of like, nah, actually, I'm just going to allow myself the security of being happy within inside of myself instead of waiting for something outside of myself to bring this happiness that I need. And in the same way, we like how we wait for things outside of us to bring us happiness. Like we're very prone to saying, "Oh no, these things will bring me happiness," and then they don't. But in the same breath, things outside of us bring us sadness or anger or judgment or fear. And then, like, we were very aware of those experiences. We're like, yeah, look, this thing and this thing is the reason why I'm feeling this way, or why I'm acting this way, or whatever you want to say. Developed for 10 years, they said. That's not the true information. Huh? Nani? Bro, it sounds like you met someone very fast and had a crush. It happens all the time. That is exactly what happened, my friend. And the thing is, like, how the reason it happened the way that it happened was because, like, it was a very surreal experience, and the things that we were talking about and the information that we were exchanging was the information that I was like needing of, lacking of in my life, and I became attached, literally became attached because I was like, oh no, I experienced the love of God through this person. It must mean that they are the reason why I can experience the love of God. And another problem, another barrier that I had to overcome, my friend. So true, man. We have to have space with ourselves at the end of the day. Yeah. If you can't allow yourself a space to heal, a space to be, a space to understand, a space to feel, you're not going to be happy, my friends. We should allow ourselves some space. Like, and it's sometimes difficult. And this is something that I'm a little bit intimidated by when I think about having kids and stuff like that. Is like, just how do you give yourself space? And I don't know if Justin is here at the moment because I would love to hear his input. Man has 4 kids. My parents also have 4 kids. So like, how do you feel about that? How does how does space, at least your personal space, change? And do you ever really allow yourself a space in which you can be alone, in which you can give yourself like a little bit of time to think? Because that's actually one of the things that happened as well in that, temporary relationship that I was in. Is literally left not a drop of space for myself anymore, not a single drop of space for myself. And upon realizing that, it really hurt. It was like I was hurting myself by doing that to myself. Mm. Girls are crazy, dude. Don't worry. Guys are crazy as well, my friend. don't don't make any exceptions now. He's thinking about his intentions for being here. Mm. The friend. Yeah, fortunately, I don't have anything to show. Do I? No, not quite. Girls hate when you project a relationship too fast. It's not what they were designed for, I think. Maybe I'm wrong through just experience. Yeah, like, I'm not going to share too much about it anymore because, again, respecting the relationship for what it was and respecting her for what she asked me as well. So I'm just going to leave it at that, my friend. Are you saying the vaccine was developed for 10 years? Yeah, it definitely was not. I had a jealous ex girlfriend before, nightmare. That's what happened to you. It wasn't. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, friend. Like, I feel. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna say things that is private. You need to different experience. No, you need to experience the love of God through this person. That's the truth, my friend. It's a real relationship. Yeah, exactly, my friend. That's the thing as well. is I realized that I have a true relationship with the creator, with the universe, with God, with the source, whatever title, whatever name you want to attach to it. Because one of the things that humans do is when we name something, we kind of, in our egoic minds, think we know it. So this actually makes me think about a piece that I wrote down. Let's see how long it takes me to find it. There we go. The human mind tends to believe that once it names a thing, it knows it. This is the smugness of egoic knowledge. So for that reason is like why I usually try and say, all of the different no claimers, disclaimers, source, God, love, creation, creator, existence, universe, whatever name you want to attach to it, because I don't know. I'm not capable of knowing. My small human brain would never be able to fathom the greatness that is God, the universe, source, creator. And I also recognize that even though I can never understand it, never wrap my small little human brain around it, I can never be separate from the mind of God. I can never be separated from the love of God either. And upon realizing that, upon coming to that conclusion, that informational system, I'm no longer allowing myself to worry about whether it is experiencing the relationship or experiencing the love that the relationship brings. I'm experiencing everything that God has allowed for me to experience. And my duty on this planet, and that's the duty of every single one of you as well, friends, is to extend yourself out of love, to create as God creates. And God creates only lovingly. So create only lovingly, my friends, because everything we do is creation. Literally, me moving from here to here was a creation. That was a creation in its own, because instead of looking, in the little box I'm sitting in right now, technically, now you can see a little bit more of what is part of this box on this side, and it's a different creation. The things I'm choosing to say, I'm creating. The way I'm making food for myself, the way that I communicate with my friends and my family, the things I choose to type, the things I choose to look at on Reddit, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, creations, constantly creating. So you should create from a place of love. And that's the only thing that we can do, my friends. One thing I've tried to live by is just to be the best person I can and to try my best. That's all I can do. That's all we can do, my friend, exactly. Be the best person you can be by extending yourself out of love with God through His story and our story coming together through Christ. Yeah, literally different, Ed. Literally, my friend. Sweden is still alive. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The pandemic is so much more than just mind control. I have personally seen firsthand how devastating it is. Yeah, my dad had COVID. I had COVID as well as a result of that. But my dad had it bad. Like at one point, he was like, bedridden, had a hard time breathing, and he was scared, like literally scared. And I spent time with him, holding his hand, just being there with him, having a conversation with him. And I would be having a conversation and asking him things, and then he would not be listening to me. And I'm like, "Are you listening to me?" And he's like, I'm listening to your voice, not to the things that you're saying particularly." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Just rest up, relax." Fat Shady, you're gonna think about your life, my friend. Good, good. Allow yourself to pause, even for a moment, and be. Just be, my friend. Thank you for the silver, lazy bee. If Have you read anything by Ramdas or listened to any of his lectures? I've not actually. I've heard a lot about Ramdas, but I'm not particularly drawn to his teachings, if you will. I'm very drawn to Alan Watts. I'm very drawn to Marcus Aurelius. I'm drawn to Jordan Peterson. I'm drawn to who else have I been drawn to? Jeshua bin Joseph as well, actually. But not so much Ram Dass just yet. Maybe I should go and check his stuff out. No, my friend, God has a name. The Bible tells the truth, and he seeks to be known. In the Old Testament, he is I am who I am. When he became, he revealed his truth to us. So I understand what you're saying, different Eb. I do understand what you're saying. But what I believe is that when God created consciousness, he only created one consciousness, the Christ consciousness. And that consciousness is something that we as human beings, as living, breathing extensions of God, we get to express and be that God created, to be that which God always wanted for us to be, the expression and the extension of love in form. So Jesus was a very enlightened being who understood that connection he had with our Creator, with God. And because he completely understood the love that we're supposed to have for each and every one of us, because when he looked at another person, he saw the face of God in them as well. And he saw the potential for them to be as he was. And that's why love was his answer. Love was his message. And that is why love should be our message as well, my friend. Like this in the Bible, and I grew up in a Christian household. In the Bible, they really tout on the fact that the only way to get to God or to get to heaven is through Jesus Christ. And like one of the things that people don't realize is it doesn't mean that, or at least this is my opinion. I'm not projecting anything. I'm not trying to dogma you or whatever. This is just how I've experienced it and how I've incorporated into my own life. When they say that the only way to God is through Jesus Christ, basically what that means is that we have to live our lives as Jesus Christ. Live our lives through that expression. Love being our only answer. Looking at the world lovingly and seeing the world as lovely. And that is how we're going to reach our home. That's how we're going to go home, go to our next step in this existence, is by extending ourselves out of love constantly and genuinely. Watch Dr. Charles Stanley on YouTube, my friend. Tell me what you think about his sermons. Would you give it a try, my friend? Dr. Charles Stanley. Send us a YouTube link on the Discord, my friend, and I'll go and check it out. I love the energy, different Eb, but it's okay to believe other things. Everyone has different perspectives of the world, and it's best to look at the world and others in wonder. Yeah, who differ from you. It makes life more interesting. I agree completely, Lazy B. And that is exactly why I'm so adamant about this thing that I believe as well. I don't believe in the Bible. Like, that is not something I believe in. But I believe the Bible is a storytelling device for the one God that permeates throughout all religion. Like, I believe there is only one God, and all different types of religion basically try and encapsulate that essence. But again, like if you go back to the Tao, the Tao that can be known or the Tao that can be named is not the Tao. So the God that can be named is not the God. Any God that you try and put a description on is a falsehood, because you cannot, not with this small human brain, not with our primitive monkey words, can you describe something so unfathomably amazing. And yeah, we get to believe different things. And literally, no matter what you believe, you're still participating as a divine individualized expression of God in this world, in the love, in the experience that God wants to have here. What's your favorite subreddit? As of late, I think r slash made me smile. Either that one or what have I been into as like I'm not scrolling Reddit too much lately either. Yeah, I think r slash made me smile, friend. You were a bright light. Thank you, my friend. I'm trying to shine as much as I can in this moment right now. He wouldn't be the only one to enjoy listening to your voice. Thank you, Kiwi. You flatter me, my friend. What's interesting, I watched Jordan Peterson here and there, and I think he is a believer now. Did you see his recent video? I did, my friend. I did actually see his recent video. And I'm happy for him. That was real for sure, but being very pushed to lose our freedom now is also very real. You're right, Tobel. You're very, very right. And that is not something that I condone, because I believe personal freedom is like priority number one. That is what we're going to have to like hold on to. And I do believe that we can. And I have, yeah, listened to Jordan Peter's biblical lectures, my friend. I agree with the deepness of your thought process, but I also believe in the great truth of God being to be respected and revered. You see, I don't agree with that at all, actually, my friend. Respected, sure, but not revered, because revered is fear. And as soon as you're living in fear, you're separating yourself from God, because the only truth that is true always is that you are loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love forever and always, my friend. And that is the truth that is true always. Like, and that is something that I'll say with a smile on my face and with conviction in my heart. We are loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love forever and always, my friends. And no one can take that away from us. Like, literally, no one can take that away from us. Love and light, dear friends. Until next time. Thank you, Kiwi, for being here for as long as you were, my friend. I'll see you next time. Well, would you check out Dr. Stanley on YouTube? Always speaks to me personally through his sermons. Like, as I said, my friend, if you share it with us in the Discord, I'll go and check it out. For some reason, I wasn't following you anymore. Did you make a new account? Yes, I did, Leonard Ketty. And thank you for following again, my friend. So the old account that I was streaming on just stopped working one day, and as you might have remembered, I used to smoke on stream, and when that happened, I kind of made the commitment that if it was me smoking on stream that wasn't brand friendly enough for Reddit or whatever, and that was the reason that I couldn't stream anymore, that I was going to discontinue that behavior completely on this new account, and I have. And it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. Constructs have limits, like the speed of light, like the speed of light, like manifesting. Jesus was showing us how to escape out of this construct. Yeah, there we go. Exactly, my friend. When you name God, you put limits to it. God is limitless. Exactly, combatant duck. And I agree completely with that as well. That's why I said the God can be named isn't the God. The Tao that can be named isn't the Tao. The Dharma that is known isn't the Dharma. And yeah, we can. A knife can't cut itself. An ocean can't drown itself. What is the other one? Fire can't burn itself. And then there's one more that I also like thinking about. It's not coming to me right now. But yeah, God is limitless, my friends. He who has a mouth to speak, let him. Why you think I cannot know? God, my friend, God has told me far different. Isn't it worse to think we are smarter than the word God has given us, the Bible? No, my friend, not at all, actually. The Bible was written by human beings. Yeah, it's a storytelling device, my friend. So if you want to think about it from a very logical standpoint, it's not possible for you to teach people just, complex math, complex chemistry, complex science when you're going into the world and you're trying to spread a message. But it is possible for you to tell stories. And if you look at the Bible, it is a big story. Every single part of the Bible is a story. And the Bible is a storytelling device that teaches life values. And those life values are absolutely essential to living a good life. I do agree with that. And I do actually think that is the truth. But it is stories, the core of the story, the lesson behind the story, that is what's actually important, and that is the divine message in those stories, not the actual story. And the Bible is a big storytelling device. God didn't write the Bible, my friend. Human beings did. And then you can kind of go and say, well, God can live through us and as us, and then could then in fact be the one writing the Bible as well. But then he was the one writing the, the, what do you call it? the Jewish Bible, he was the one writing the Muslim Bible, he was the one writing the Buddha belief system. So where do you get to choose which one is real and which one isn't, my friend? You understand what I mean? Like that is the difference. Like God is, my friend. God is. You don't have to try and justify him. You don't have to try and put him in a box. You don't have to try and put him in a book. He is. Getting the vaccine at 2:15. Good luck, my friend. I'm sending you love and light. I hope that it goes well. Don't underestimate God's word. Don't you think God exists? God would want to be heard, seeing as his fingerprints and his essence and power is all around us. Yeah, my friend. I'm agreeing completely with that. I'm not arguing at all. Just remember, love is life and hate is living death. Yeah, treat your life for what it's worth and live for every breath. That's perfectly put, Combatant Duck. I like that, actually. Any suggestions on how to stop feeling worthless and nothing? Yes, I do have a suggestion on how to stop feeling worthless, my friend. So, I think the first thing that you can start to do is to realize that you, Bob, is it Bob? Bob Buzzington? That you have just created something by sending that message to me. And now, because you have created, I am creating in turn, right? Like this is what we're doing right now. We're co-creators. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine, it's difficult for people to imagine toruses. So imagine a sphere, imagine a big bubble around you, right? And now, because that you have sent me that message, you have brought your bubble into my bubble. And now we are intersecting there. And we are co-creating in that space. So without you, my friend, you beautiful, divine, individualized expression of God, I would not be creating what it is I'm creating right now if it was not for you. So how could you possibly be worthless? How could you possibly be nothing when there is so much happening here right now? Just look around you, my friend. Even if you're sitting in a box that has no windows, no paintings, nothing. Just look at that box and notice every little imperfection, every little perfection. Look at your own hands, look at your own hair, look at the very clothes that it is you're wearing, and realize just how much of this is self-created experience, my friend. It's very difficult to feel worthless or nothing when you actively and consciously make yourself aware. You are loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love forever and always, my friend. And thank you for sending your comment, Bob. I like watching your videos, my friend, and I like having you here, Different Ebb. Are you trying to tell me that the world was not flooded for 40 days and Noah rounded up 2 of every animal? Yeah, like I can't say that. No, my friend. It makes perfect sense. All things that we interact with on Earth is through creation. Why wouldn't it be that way in which God interacts with us? Not be the same. The sun gives us light, but God is the source of light. Did you know there was light? Yeah, I know there's light. God created light before creating the sun. Yes, he did. Because how we interact is not the source. God is the source of all things. I agree, my friend. It feels like you're preaching to the choir here, Different Ebb. Thanks, brother. Get trapped in my own thoughts, tough to get out. I know, my friend. I understand, Bob. It happens to me as well, my friend. So, like, that's the thing as well. Like, I want to clarify with these streams. I don't know anything. Like, nothing. I don't know anything. I am I am nothing. Literally, like the being that I am is being allowed to express right now. This is a temporary learning device. And all of the things that I'm allowed to express, I'm expressing because these are the things that I want to learn myself. These are the things that I want to implement into my life. These are the things that I want to carry as core beliefs. And that's why I'm saying them. That's why I'm choosing to create these things. Not because I'm trying to tell you how you're supposed to be doing this, and that. I'm not like that is the last thing that I could ever want to do, because as soon as you're being told what to do, then you have this resistance. I am trying to find, and with you, my friends, find the truth. And I feel like that's what we're doing every single day. Hi, where are you from? I'm from South Africa, my friend. What is philosophical about the love of God? It's not a philosophy. If you are real, how can we have an identity? Why in the world would the most powerful being not be more alive and dignifiable and able to know? I don't understand what you're talking about anymore. Cutting out the nonsense. I'm saying, why would God not exist and not have a clear purpose? That makes zero sense. I'm not saying that God doesn't exist, my friend. I don't understand what you're on about. Maybe you just have low Theton levels. You have had an e-reading recently at your local church of Scientology. I feel like I'm so confused right now. Can you answer that? My friend, it feels like you have created an experience inside of yourself. And now, this experience that you've created, you're projecting outwards. Are you having doubt about Jesus and about God, different Ebb? Because I'm not. Quite the contrary. Every single day I feel like I'm growing closer and closer with my relationship. But it seems like you have this struggle with inside of yourself, and you're projecting this struggle onto us at the moment. How are you feeling about that, my friend? Why is it you're feeling this way? Do you feel the need to justify it to yourself? Because it doesn't have to be justified, as you said, my friend. It is the truth that is true always. And once you realize that this is the truth that is true always, it doesn't have to be justified, it doesn't have to be clarified. It is. It is. Melly Moore. Yeah, Melly Moore sounds kind of cute actually. Hey, Reasonable Mirror, how are you, my friend? How are you? You said he didn't have the clear identity like us, like we are talking about. Can God be known? No, he cannot, my friend. Still cannot be known. Have you accepted Tom Cruise as your Lord and Savior? The Church of Scientology. No, I'm trying to speak in a way which identifies with the way you guys think. I don't, I don't understand what you mean by that as like either different Ebb, because like we're not thinking in a different way at all. We're just being allowed to think, my friend. And I believe, true divinity comes from being able to allow people to think the things that they think, feel the things that they feel, do the things that they do, and see that as a perfectly divine creation. Something that is perfectly perfect in the way that it was supposed to be. Be it that person is evil, be it they murder people, be it they like push old ladies over, that is their experience, and they have called that experience into their own fields of consciousness through their divinity, because that's the divinity that we're all given. We're all creators, and that's the one thing that we don't have a choice in. We do, however, get a choice in what we want to create. So by allowing people and understanding that there is different forms of creation, and allowing people to create what they choose to create, is you allowing yourself to create for yourself the experience that you want. Do you eat animals? Don't talk about God if you support the abuse and death of animals for your own taste buds. Real love, real walking with God to the love all, and that includes animals of our planet. Maybe look at your own shortcomings. I'm only going on the same level as your thought process. But I don't think you are, my friend. That's the thing. I feel like the thought process you're in is still judgment. A little bit. And maybe that's me judging that as well. So I'm not going to allow that thought to continue in me. But when you try and tell people the way that it's supposed to be, you're basically being in judgment of the way that they're thinking and the way that they're feeling, and then you're telling them something to correct within inside of themselves, which means you're being conditional with the love that you want to give them. And then again, living away from God. Living away from God. You like waking up, sun or moon? The sun, technically, my friend. Like I like looking at the moon when it's nighttime, and the moon should be being full. The moon should be full within like the next 3 or 4 days, hopefully. I'm not exactly sure, but I haven't had a proper session with the moon. I do have some good sessions with the sun, though. We are not divine, though. It's a mistake to confuse the difference between ourselves and, of course, God, not judgment. Yeah, my friend, it is. It is judgment, because if everything around us is created from God, and including us, including the very breath that we're breathing, including the very spirit that He breathed into us, what separates us from God exactly, my friend? What makes us not divine? Because we are everything that God created. You understand what I'm saying? I don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is God not working within us? He is. He is, Jovan. That's a stigma. Love is the only answer. There we go, Justin. You're completely right. Shouldn't we love COVID? It's an organic organism. I think we can. I think like COVID eventually is going to fizzle out because of the amount of love we have for this world. And I'm not being, what's the word I'm looking for? Naive. I'm not saying we should just give each other hugs and then COVID's gonna go away. No, but cultivating love and cultivating love for ourselves and for the ones around us is going to create a sense of security, create a sense of responsibility as well, especially, and that is going to lead to us in turn demolishing this virus. That seems pretty divine, but that's just how I choose to view love. Yes, 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 yes. And it's a beautiful way to view love, Jovan. That's how I try and view love as well. It doesn't fit the definition of divinity because God is divine. Yeah, my friend. And we are living individualized expressions of God as well, my friend. You seem like a great person to sit around a fire and have a beer with. Thank you, baby boo. Like maybe not a beer. Maybe we'll have a joint. Actually, I'll have a beer with you as well, my friend. And hopefully one day we can sit around a fire and just have a conversation, have some chats, look at each other's faces in the glowing red light that the fire emits, listen to the crackle of the wood, not decombusting, decomposing and combusting. There we go. And just, live in that experience, feel the heat on our skins, and listen to the words that we choose to say, my friend. I love you, and I hope one day that that's going to be our reality. We are creatures from dust. We are so much more than that. And God is this reality, so we are all divine. There we go. Yes, combatant Doug. That's all I want to say for today. Thank you, different Ebb. I appreciate your creations, my friend. You are so loved, so loving, so lovable, and worthy of love forever and always. Beautiful day, wonderful human soul. Thank you, Top Shagger. I appreciate it, my friend. I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day as well. It's getting darker and darker during this time of the stream. So if I'm like happy, I have this light on my face actually, just so that you can see me. Why is it that when someone tries to assert truth, they are judgmental, or the enemy through how is open-minded? That was a very hard sentence for me to read. Let me try again. Why is that when someone tries to assert truth, they are judgmental, or the enemy through how is open-minded? I don't understand. I don't understand. It's not my truth. Don't say it. All with love. I have no idea what you mean, different Ebb. Because asserting something in itself, like, kind of takes away from the power of it as well. Your truth isn't the objective truth. Yeah, for me, the objective truth is that the only thing that's real is love. Okay? Only thing that's real is love. Because literally every single thing is here right now because of the expression of love. This plastic bottle, as something as mundane as a plastic bottle, this is the expression of love because I want it to be. Every single time I look at this bottle, I see it as a vessel that's going to carry the water that is going to hydrate me on these streams. And you can look at it as a plastic bottle and you can see it, oh, it's going to pollute our earth, oh, it's going to end up in the ocean, oh, turtles are going to choke on it, wah, 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 wah. And that's how you look at this bottle. Or you have the opportunity to extend your commitment to love. And yeah, that is the truth to me, my friend. No matter what circumstance, expressing and extending ourselves out of love. I think you need to smoke a joint and get some sleep. You are just part of something bigger. Yeah, we're all part of something bigger, my friends. And it makes me so happy to be such a small part, though necessary part, as every single one of us are in this whole. Man, it's an absolute blessing to be. Would say that that's what I meant, but it's not just my truth. I knew that would be the response. Okay, my friend, that's good. You are expressing in your own way and choosing to create. Choosing to create. Like, that's one of the things I've really come to realize as well, and I've become very, I want to say, almost aware of with these streams, is the fact that every single comment is a divine person creating in their own way. And what we choose to create is perfectly divine as well. And thank you for the Yash queen. I appreciate it, Yash. And welcome, my friend. I'm happy that you're here. I haven't seen you in a while, friend. I thought I wrote that so you guys could understand what I'm saying. Like, my friend, I don't know if like your grammar was bad or anything, but like, maybe you write it again, then we might understand. I mean, mosquitoes aren't really necessary, right? But they are, friend. Unfortunately, I've thought about this as well, and I've been like imagining, just imagine all mosquitoes dying, because man, mosquitoes irk me. Like, you're going to one, like, violate my personal space, land on my skin, drill like an appendage into me, release chemicals in my body that stops my body or my blood from clotting, and then you're going to suck the very life essence out of my being. Like, I get offended. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you, 1 HP mosquito? I will kill you. But if it wasn't for them, then our ecosystem wouldn't have as much food in it. The larvae that they lay into the water gets eaten by different creatures as well. So they're part of the ecosystem, my friend. They're a necessary part of our ecosystem. Birds love them mosquitoes. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Jovan. They do love them mosquitoes. Or all you have to do is spray pure garlic. Yeah, every morning every morning you should like get pure garlic oil and then just rub it all over your skin. I'm pretty sure you won't get any like raised eyebrow looks or any objections. Oh, the garlic. My friends, we're coming to an end. Mosquitoes is important in the pollination food chain. I didn't know that, actually. One spray keeps them away from your property for 8 weeks. Works for vampires too. That sounds good, my friend. I love you, my friends. Thank you so much for being here with me for as long as you were. I always appreciate your presence so much. I hope to see you again tomorrow, my friends.